Hey, this is Danny from Weird and Wired, and this here is a 1980s Hondo P Bass. Now, this particular one has seen better days. We've got some things to address. We've got a bridge, which is non-existent at present. We've got some pretty gnarly looking pickups. They're looking a bit rusted, seen better days, but they do still work. They're still making noise now. The pick guard has been painted silver. Whether it's the original one or not, I'm not sure, but it's not really doing it for me right now. The neck is actually surprisingly good condition, given that this was found in a garage before being passed on to me to have the task of revitalizing this and bringing it back to life. And finally, the machine heads are all missing half of themselves, which is such a mystery to me. It's always part of my intrigue in these old kind of forgotten, cast aside instruments someone's maybe started work on, and then for whatever reason they just get forgotten about. So I'm really looking forward to getting this fixed up and working again. I've decided to give it a little bit of glitz and glamour. Gonna do a very big nod and homage to Phil Lynott of Thin Lizzy, who has amazing bass skills and an amazing looking bass to go with it. Black P bass, mirror pick guard, all the accoutrements you could want. So I'm looking forward to it. Let's see how it goes.
So straight off the bat, one of the issues I ran into was a really chewed out screw. As I said, this has been kept in a garage for years, not in a case either, so it is sticky and it is rusty. There's about 3 screws holding this on, and I just had to drill one of them out. The bridge actually had 2 different sets of screw holes in it. From my understanding, the Hondos that I've come across from this era, the 80s, are always really well built, so I have a feeling perhaps someone did this themselves after it's come out of the factory. Rather than trying to make a load of Frankenstein machine heads, I decided just to replace all 4 with 4 fully functioning machine heads. When I say that this was sticky, that is not an exaggeration. There was so much grime on this, I had to just go over the entire instrument using antibacterial wipes. Seeing as the original pickups were here and they were working, I was pretty set on using them. It would be really easy to replace all of the hardware on this, but I like to keep some of the original parts and personality where I can, rather than just making this essentially just an original body and neck sort of project. So the main thing to do with the pickups here was replacing the covers, so going from the original cream to black pickup covers to, as I say, go with that nod, that homage to Phil Lynott and his bass. And the pickup covers on this were just absolutely stuck, attached, dirt and grime holding them together, so the easiest thing for me to do was carefully break them off and then replace them with the new pickup covers. After a little bit of soldering to ground the bridge, it was just a case of putting all the components onto this nice new mirrored pick guard. And there we go, this 1980s Hondo P Bass revitalised, a nice big nod to Phil Lynott of Thin Lizzy, but how does it sound? Let's check it out.
So there we have it, this 1980s Hondo P Bass back in action, a new lease of life and a facelift. I've fallen in love with this. It's such a great workhorse bass. It does exactly what you'd want a P bass to do. It's also got a real good weight to it. So if you like your heavier instruments, definitely worth checking out one of these 80s Hondo P basses if you can. And I'd love to hear if you guys, if you've played one, if you've owned one, let me know all your thoughts and feelings on that. Let me know your thoughts and feelings on how this one has turned out. And until the next time, keep it weird and keep it wired.
Weird and wired.